Hey guys, this is Rez. In last video we talked about multiple variables that are useful for us. Well, the types of variables. And right now I want to talk about what we could actually do with those variables, right? So far so on we did an int, a double, a character, a string, and a boolean. And now what can we do with these boxes that holds a value for us, right? Well, if you think about it as a real box, well, the first thing you could do is change the content, right? So let's take the whole number. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna say we're gonna keep this the same it is because I told you it runs line by line. Then we're gonna change it here. So I'm gonna put a little console dot write line and just put, you know, big line separator. All right, and here we're gonna start doing our new thing. So sorry, let me see if I could reduce this. I don't want to change those. Okay, I'm not too sure. I don't want to mess things up because I don't use this Xamarin a lot. So let's get back to the content. So what we want to do this time is we have a box, and these boxes or variables are basically a container, so we could put something inside of it. However, there's specific types of boxes. One being int, one being double, character, string, bool. What I mean by this is, take your flat screen TV, right? It came inside this box. Inside the flat screen TV, you can't put your fridge inside. It doesn't fit. And this is the same case for all of this, right? However, inside the flat screen TV, you could fit another flat screen TV. So this is what we could do. The first thing we could do is actually change the values in there. So the whole number, we could change the value to, let's say, 98, and it's still fine, right? And we're gonna do a console dot write line. What's the new value of my whole number? Okay. What else can we do in there? Well, the other thing we're doing is retrieving the value, right? So we open the box, we see that there's a value, we take it, we use it, etc. What else can we do? So the next thing we could probably do is, if I have a floating number, I could also put it inside the integer number. However, the extremities will kind of be chopped off, right? It's as if I'm squeezing food inside of a box that doesn't really fit that food, and the food gets mashed up and just a tiny bit of it goes inside. So here we're gonna do whole number equals actually the other number, which was a floating number, right? Whatever the name you gave to your variable. Now the first thing you're gonna get is this error. It says it cannot implicitly convert it from double to integer for you. However, the first thing we could do is cast it to an int. Okay, you could even see it coming up. It actually even shows you a preview. That's pretty cool. So all you need to do in that case is to put int in front, and we're just gonna add a write line to see what whole number becomes, right? So if you remember, floating number was at 0.0, right? Or actually, you know what? We're gonna change this to make it something more convenient. So we're gonna put it to 3.45, right? Now when we push it inside the whole number, everything after the dot should get chopped off because integers could only hold whole numbers, right? It can't hold floating numbers. So we're gonna run this, and you'll see this is our initial values, 9, 3.4, etc. This is the new value, whole number at 98, whole number at 98. And then we try to put floating numbers in our whole number, and we just get 3. Okay? So let me close these windows. Alright, so these are multiple things we could do with them. Now while we're at it, let's do some arithmetics that we could do with these. Okay, so any arithmetic you could think of, we could do it. So let's say whole number equals 3 plus 2, oops, divide by 4, multiply by 8. Okay, now we're going to talk about arithmetic and another. No, actually, let's talk about it here. It's a second. So arithmetic and the code kind of goes the same way, right? The division and the multiplication will get precedence before the plus, and so forth, so on. Okay, so like real math. I'm not going to go too much in details because that's math stuff and it should be a general knowledge by now. However, note if they're equal, so here division and multiplication are the same, it goes from left to right. So the first thing it's going to do is 2 divided by 4 gives you 1.5, right? Am I mistaken here? No. Well, no, sorry. It will give you 0.5. However, this takes only whole numbers, so that gets converted to 0 times 8, 0 plus 3, so it should be 3 hopefully, or am I making a mistake? We'll see in a second. Right line, whole number, and let's run it to see what it gives us. So it gives us 3, right? Okay, so that's for that. Another useful arithmetic to use is called the modulus, or the remainder, right? So a lot of people have an issue with this, but I'm just gonna put an example here. Say I have 9 sheeps, and there's this guy who comes and he wants to buy packs of 3s. So if you don't have a pack of 3, he's not gonna buy it. So at the end it says how many did he buy and what do you got left over, and that leftover is the number you're gonna get out of a modulus. Okay, I think modulus is really important for programmers, so you should really make sure you understand this. A lot of people don't. You could do a lot of neat tricks where you could say, depending on these cases, do that. You could create randomization. You could create a lot of stuff. We might even do a couple sessions of those just to show you the potential. Alright, so we're just going to output this to the screen. Console.WriteLine. So in this case, the value should be 0, right? So I got 3. I take off. There's 6 remaining. Get 3 another, 3 remaining, 3 another, 0 remaining. And let's just do one more just to show you. Whole number equals, let's say 11 mod 3, same thing. We're just gonna copy this line, and one last one. We're gonna do 3 mod 11, right? If you can't grab anything, what's gonna be remaining? Nothing. Okay, so I'm just gonna put one last thing here. Console.WriteLine, and we're gonna put Modulous. I'm thinking I'm misspelling this, but whatever. And let's run this beautiful thing. Obviously, if I'm going too fast, just stop, pause, and understand. So if we look here, when we get to modulus, 9, taking off 3s, packs of 3s. You could take everything, right? 3, 6, 9, and then there's nothing left, so 0. If there's 11, again, we go till 9, then there's 2 left. Can you take a pack of 3 from 2? No, so the remainder is 2, right? You got 2 left. And then let's say, hey, you have 3 chickens, and this guy comes to buy chickens, but he only buys packs of 11, right? He can't sell a box of 10 to someone. So he says, if you don't have any boxes of 11, I'm not going to buy anything. Well, in this case, we don't have, so he's not going to buy anything. So the remainder is going to be 3. Alright, guys, thank you for listening. Subscribe, comment, link, tell me anything. Cheers.